Awesome. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We are live at Electrolux today here in Mississauga. Thanks for joining us. Just let everybody kind of get connected there, get their feet going. Awesome. So welcome. My name is Kara, and I work here in Product Education at Electrolux Canada. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. We are going to be talking about one of our amazing new innovations in Frigidaire brand with our new Frigidaire Gallery Wall Ovens. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, a little bit of interest around us here at Frigidaire. We like to put innovative solutions within reach of all of our consumers and making things easier for you as a family. So we're helping you in ways that really matter. So, providing innovative solutions that allow you to get time back in your life so that you can get back to doing things that you love, and that's sharing time with family. We also want to give you the fastest and easiest ways to create the tastiest and most amazing meals for your family. So back in 2018, we were the first manufacturer, Frigidaire brand, first manufacturer to introduce a freestanding range product with a built-in air fryer. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But we are now bringing you more amazing technologies, cooking technologies, into our products, like steam bake and slow cook. So we're going to go through that today. Before we get started about talking about all of our amazing, better tasting results that we provide with our innovative solutions, if you are new to joining us live and you have a comment or a question, make sure you pop that on into the chat and we will answer those questions as we go through our session here today with you guys. If you're loving what you see, just show us a little love by clicking on that heart. We would love to know what feature you're loving the most. So this is our beautiful new gallery, Frigidaire Gallery Wall Oven that we have recently introduced. And we have what we call our total convection system. So we've completely redesigned our convection system to allow you, the consumer, to create tastier and healthier meals. So I'm going to tell you about some really amazing new features in here that are really going to make your life easier, like a no preheat option. We have a steam bake option. I'm going to tell you all about how that air fry system works. We have a slow cook option, steam roast, air sous vide, convection bake, convection roast. If that's not enough, there's all these amazing ways for you to cook within our new Frigidaire Gallery Wall Ovens. So let me highlight some of our key features, our key innovations that I just talked about there. So starting with our new no preheat option. So our no preheat cooking really eliminates that time wasted waiting for that oven to heat up. You essentially just start preheat, place that food into the cold oven, and get to mealtime in no time. So Frigidaire's no preheat mode is a true no preheat, meaning no extra time is added on and there's no sacrifice to results. No preheat is best for those single rack type baking of pre-made items like frozen items, or say like cinnamon rolls and frozen pizzas, things like that. So food that really doesn't take longer than 10 minutes to cook. So really great feature there. Okay, now our beloved air fry feature. Okay, so let's talk about air fry a little bit. So we know that you, the consumers, love the health benefits of that countertop air fryer, but we also know that they aren't perfect. So they are a big appliance, right? They take up a lot of space on your counter, and then you need to find a place to put it when you're not using it. They can be expensive, so that price range of those air fryers can range, but a really good air fryer can cost you up to $400. There's minimal capacity when it comes to an air fryer as well, so it really requires flipping and things like that. And really, if we just measure it in, say, chicken wings, things that people love to air fry, you really can only fit like 10 to 12, chicken wings in an air fryer, countertop air fryer. There's also multiple accessories that are a hassle to clean. And there's also a lack of control as far as no visibility to the temperature and things like that. So not as much flexibility. Okay. But by adding a built-in air fryer into the oven itself, we're giving you all the benefits of an air fryer, but we're taking away some of those pain points you may have. Like, you know, you no longer need to find space for that bulky countertop appliance. You can prepare family-sized meals instead of, you know, batch cooking that you would have to do in a countertop air fryer. It's easy to use. You essentially, there's no temperature conversion, there's no nothing. You really just choose your time and temperature just like you would any other meal that you cook in your oven. So that no recipe conversion, and there's no flipping necessary either inside the oven as well. Okay?
Yeah, there's a question.
Oh, please.
Yeah, does it come with an Airfry tray?
It does not come with an Airfry tray. I am going to talk about that and show you what is available. But I will tell you that you do not require an Airfry tray in order to air fry in any of our Airfry products. Just a standard cookie sheet, nonstick cookie sheet, works great with air frying. I like to say for those serious air fryers, you may really enjoy having an air fry tray, but it's certainly not necessary. So we do have the optional air fry tray that is available as well. But again, that nonstick cookie sheet works great. Okay? Great question. Awesome. I also just want to point out around air fry is like we have that mindset that air fry is only good for frozen or pre-prepared type food, but air fry actually creates a really beautiful environment for all sorts of great recipes as well. I encourage you to pop over to the Frigidaire.ca website and just search air fry. We have an incredible blog over there that gives you all sorts of incredible recipe ideas of how else you can use air fry. So it's not just for those foods that you think about like chicken wings and French fries. There's all sorts of other amazing things that you can cook in air fry as well. Okay, so how does air fry work? How air fry works is, so there's this perception that air fry, if you have convection in your oven, then you can air fry. But that's not actually true, okay? So air fry is powered, I think this is the best way to explain it, is air fry is, yes, it is powered by our convection system, but it's not a standard convection mode, okay? Does that make sense? So we have a patented algorithm, an exclusive patented algorithm for our air fry in our Frigidaire Gallery cooking products. So how that works is you set the preheat, right? So you preheat your oven. So food is placed into the oven after the preheat cycle is complete. Then the food is intentionally exposed to a high heat temperature that is all about overshooting that initial set temperature early on in the cooking process. And what that does is it really helps to quickly crisp the surface of the food and is what provides the crunch of the food. Then that heated air is quickly and evenly circulated throughout the oven cavity to make sure that all sides of the food are crispy. Then after that part of the mode, that temperature is then reduced to that set temperature point that you set it at to continue cooking that food and maintaining that crispy texture on the outside while keeping that juicy tender on the inside. So yes, air fry is powered by convection, but it's not a standard convection mode. It is an exclusive patented algorithm specifically for air fry. We have a question?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you need any cooking oil when you air fry?
So we do say it's minimal oil, so it really just depends on what you're cooking in air fry, so really great question, but little to no oil is needed. If it's something that sticks to a pan or to a surface, a light coat of oil maybe just on the actual air fry tray or the cookie sheet, but not necessarily the food, okay? So how is air fry different than baking in convection? Like I said, air fry in our wall ovens and our freestanding product has a specific algorithm designed to provide those perfect results. In a standard convection bake mode or a convection roast mode, they too also have their own specific algorithm design for what you might be cooking in it. So hopefully that takes away that question of, well, if I have air fry, then if I have convection, then I have air fry, but that's not true, okay? So we talked about that optional Airfry tray. So really the benefit to the Airfry tray is it is a little bit larger than a standard non-stick cookie sheet, so you could actually cook more. And you may get some faster results as well, not only because you can cook more, but the airflow is a little bit different with using the Airfry tray versus a standard cookie sheet. But again, a standard cookie sheet works just fine, and you still don't need to do any flipping there either. Okay? Put that there. Awesome. All right, what is our next feature that I want to tell you guys about is our new slow cook feature. Okay, so I love slow cook. Slow cook is essentially a hassle-free way to cook, right? Who owns a slow cooker? Let me know. Who loves cooking with their slow cooker? I think most consumers, most of you probably out there own a slow cooker. And so what we're doing is we're also taking that, integrating that favorite countertop appliance that you have and integrating it right into the oven cavity. So with slow cook, food cooks slowly at a lower temperature, actually as low as 100 degrees, allowing you to lock in that moisture and flavor without over or undercooking the food. One thing I love about a slow cooker is even if you are the worst cook ever, it's pretty hard to screw up a meal in a slow cooker, right? We can all cook an amazing, tasty meal in a slow cooker. So for those not so confident cooks, the slow cook feature, you can really wow your family with some really great meals with slow cook.
I have a question.
Yes.
How's the cleaning after using the air fry?
That's a great question.
Airfry tray.
Airfry tray. Yeah. So we do recommend that you do put a just a lined cookie sheet on the rack below it to catch any potential drippings. So just line that cookie sheet with, say, like a piece of tin foil or something like that, and then essentially you just throw out the tin foil after for any drippings that do fall. So cleanup is really easy. The Airfry tray itself can be hand washed, and it's also dishwasher safe, so works really well as well. Okay. So our slow cook feature is powered by our air sous vide technology. So I'll talk a little bit more about air sous vide in a few minutes, but essentially that slow cook feature allows you to hold that steady low temperature over a long period of time, just like you can do in your countertop slow cooker. But again, that benefit is you can lose that countertop appliance, and you can create larger meals within your oven, and also just not have to worry about that countertop appliance any longer, right? Steam bake. I do think this is probably one of my most favorite new features that we offer in our oven. So with steam bake, essentially steam evenly circulates throughout the oven cavity, and that really results in breads and muffins with that higher, lighter, and fluffier texture. Okay, but steam bake is also, so anytime you infuse steam into food, you're going to get a lighter, fluffier texture. Okay, so if you love baking, if you love doing those types of things at home, steam bake is an incredible option for you. But steam bake, if you're not a baker, that's fine too. I think all consumers can benefit from a steam bake option because, again, like I said, anytime you infuse steam into food, it kind of puts life into that food. So steam bake is also a really great way to reduce your food waste. So you can revive last night's leftovers and deliver that same amazing great texture and taste, even though it's a day old. Okay, so imagine reviving that leftover pizza or that day-old bagel that might need a little bit of refresh. Steam bake is really great for that. So even if you don't do any baking, steam bake you will definitely get use out of.
We have two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is air fry quicker than convection?
So it really depends on what you're making. So it because they're created for two different food types, right? Like a convection bake option is really designed to do like, cookies or cakes, anything that you'd be baking, right? Convection roast is designed for those large cuts of meat, right? So convection in general is designed to be faster than a standard bake or roast mode in general. So yes, I guess the answer is yes. Air fry is faster than a standard bake function versus like, is air fry faster than a regular convection mode, if that makes sense? Because the convection modes are all designed for different types of food, right? That air fry technology is designed specifically for foods that you want that fried texture and juicy inside, okay? So now, oh, another one?
Yeah, the two questions combined together.
Okay.
Can you use the air fry in both ovens at the same time, or use steam in one and air fry in the other?
In this double oven configuration, I'm assuming? Yeah, so what's really great about our double oven, so this comes in a couple different configurations that I'll show you, but in our double, because we of course have a single oven option as well. So the great thing is that anything that you can do in the upper oven, you can do in the lower oven, okay? So you could be air frying in the upper oven, and you could be doing like a roast in the bottom oven. So absolutely, yeah, in the double oven, all the modes are the same in the upper oven as they are in the lower oven. So great question. So you could be air frying in both ovens if you want.
Air fry up and steam bake down.
Yeah, absolutely. Or air fry, steam bake. Yep. Capabilities are the same in both ovens. So let me just pop back to the steam function because it's really simple to use. Okay. So with steam, what you want to do is I'll walk through our console in a few minutes to show you how easy it is. But essentially, you select the steam bake option. Again, I'll walk through this in a few seconds. But you select the steam bake option. You pour the required amount of water into this reservoir or sump area in the bottom. There's actually some words here that say pour here. So this is where you would put the water for the steam bake option. You select your preheat temperature, and then you put the food in the oven once that preheat is done. It's that simple, just 4 easy steps for steam bake. Okay? Any questions about steam bake? No? Awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about what else do we have here? We also have our temperature probe option. I'm just going to grab the temperature probe from over here. Okay, so we also have our temperature probe option. So I love the temperature probe option if you love doing, poultries, like turkeys and roast chickens or even steaks, that type of thing. So what the temperature probe does is you insert that into the thickest cut of the meat, and it monitors the internal temperature. So you actually set what internal temperature you want to meet with whatever you are roasting. And the oven will give you its progress and stop cooking. So the temperature probe actually just connects into the front part of the oven here, okay, which is nice because some temperature probes are actually on the inside of the oven, but ours is on the outside part where it's really easy to access and there's no risk of burning yourself when you're plugging that in, okay? So that just goes there. So love the temperature probe option. We also have a steam roast option. So using steam in a roast option is all about, again, moisture. Anytime you're infusing steam or moisture into a food, it is giving it that really perfect texture on the outside and the inside. So with steam on a roast type option, it provides that perfectly crispy and tender meat and veggies that are roasted, just to perfection. Okay. We also have our air sous vide option, and maybe some of you have heard of air sous vide. Maybe some of you haven't. So air sous vide comes from mimicking the same environment that a standard sous vide option would do. So if you're familiar with sous vide cooking, sous vide actually means cooking under pressure or vacuum seal, okay? And a typical sous vide technology is done by a food that's sealed or vacuum sealed, and then it is placed into a water bath, essentially. So it actually cooks in a water bath. And the benefit to sous vide cooking is that the water bath is the same temperature. It's about controlling that temperature precisely through the entire cook function or the cook mode, okay? So what we're doing is taking that water bath type environment and recreating it inside the oven. And how can we do that? So it's about precisely controlling that temperature and airflow to really lock in the flavor and moisture for those perfectly cooked meats, for example. That's what a lot of people like to cook in sous vide, okay? So how we're able to do that is being able to provide much lower temperatures than other products in this category can. So we can actually achieve temperatures as low as 100 degrees in our oven, whereas others you can only achieve temperatures around the 130 to 170 as a low. So we're able to control those temperatures very, very low. And with our new convection system, we're able to control those temperatures precisely without the fluctuation of up and down through that cycle. So we're really mimicking that sous vide type cooking, but using air instead, okay? Of course, I talked about Convection Bake and Convection Roast. Those are all available as well. And then let's just talk about the design. Is there some questions?
Yeah, we have some comments.
Okay, great.
Yeah, some steam bake is very cool. I could see how it would be great for leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
And another comment, I could not go wrong with the slow cook mode.
Absolutely.
And also there's a comment that never heard of air sous vide before.
Oh, okay, awesome. So yeah, we're really giving these really beautiful ways of cooking your food and achieving these beautiful results with the power of our new total convection system, which allows us to create all these amazing technologies here. So let's talk about the design a little bit. So we have this beautiful glass control, okay, so it's an all-touch glass control. We have this beautiful, you can see the controls are very clean, a very clean design, so you really just see the basics that you need to interact with, and then everything is inside this beautiful full color user interface, okay? So I'll walk through that in a quick second, but these beautiful tinted glass doors, the stainless steel. So in Frigidaire Gallery, we offer our stainless steel smudge-proof finish. So that is that fingerprint resistant type finish, so you'll find that as well. This beautiful handle with the brushed chrome, surface on the top, and the beautiful brushed end caps on the handle as well. So really beautiful, modern, clean design on our new wall ovens. Okay, so let's just walk through the user interface a little bit because I just want to show you how easy it is. It's so intuitive and so easy for you to use. So you're really just going to select the on-off option. And because we're talking about a double oven here, you're really going to choose like the upper oven or the lower oven, whichever oven you are choosing. The default settings are what you see here, but what's great about this user interface is you, the consumer, can actually customize this to whatever you want to see on the home screen, which is great. But we've geared it up to just, some of the things you would immediately want to interact with, like your quick start, which is a 350 bake, that no preheat option. Of course, that's going to be something you want to interact with right away. There's also a custom preheat where we've selected some, standard preheat options, or you can also choose your custom temp as well. And then we go into oven modes. So here is all the incredible modes. I only talked about some of them. So here's all these incredible modes that we have. And you can see this user interface is just like using your phone, essentially, right? It's all touch screen. You just scroll and touch through. And what's really great too is when you touch the selection, for example, so I just chose Steam Bake. And within Steam Bake, there's a couple of other, slow cook. There's a couple of different options that you can choose there. So I'm going to choose slow cook, and I'm just going to show you. Then the user interface tells you what your next step is. Okay. So you would then put so it's saying, place your food in the cold oven before selecting slow cook, and then, hit next, right? Our user manuals have tons of guides and, guidance for you depending on the type of food. all of our products also come with a really great quick start guide, so you can get started really simply as well. So anyways, that's a real easy way to kind of just show you how this user interface works and how easy it is for you. It's very intuitive and easy to use. It just steps you through what to do next. Okay? You have a question?
We have two.
Awesome.
The first one is about the brand. Is Frigidaire owned by Electrolux?
Yes, so yes, we are here at Electrolux, and within our Electrolux company, we have two brands. So we have our Frigidaire family of brands, which is Frigidaire, Frigidaire Gallery, and Frigidaire Professional. And then our premium brand is our Electrolux brand. So we have Electrolux Kitchen and also Electrolux Laundry.
The second question is, how does no preheat works?
Yeah, so no preheat works by the power of our amazing convection system, which is really overshooting that temperature very, very quickly in the onset to reach that temperature immediately. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Also, let's just talk about the oven capacity here. So this is our double oven, but our each oven is 5.3 cubic feet in capacity, which is enormous. So if you had this double oven, imagine you'll have 10.6 cubic feet of cooking capacity, which is incredible. A couple other things just to point out here with this large oven capacity is the depth of which you can arrange these oven racks. So I challenge you to look in your oven capacity in your oven at home, and I'm going to guess that you may have all of these great different levels within your oven, right, where you can put the rack, but I'm going to guess that you can't put it in the absolute lowest position, right? So we really have created an environment here that you get to utilize this entire 5.3 cubic foot capacity oven. We also have a recessed broil element. So, you know, typically an oven has a broil element that hangs down that actually impedes on the space of the oven. And so it makes that you can't actually put things on the upper oven rack as well, right? So just a nice thing there. So 5.3 cubic feet, you get full access, all sorts of great things there. So this double oven comes with 6 oven racks. If you're doing a single oven, the oven comes with two handle racks as well as this amazing glide rack as well. So you can position that in any oven, but all the ovens come with at least one of these beautiful glide racks as well. Okay. Wonderful dual spring heavy duty hinges that have that nice soft close function as well. And then a couple other last things that I want to touch on, and I know you can't see it because it's built into the display here, but we also have some really great, unique installation advantages on our products, because we know this type of product can be challenging to install based on weight and just the awkwardness of it, things like that. But the oven does have handles on the side that allow the installer or yourself an easier pickup to slide that into place. And then we also have what we call our fit promise. So all of our built-in products, I'm going to talk specifically about wall ovens. So we have designed all of our wall ovens to fit into like 95% of our competitors' cutouts as well. So if you're replacing a current wall oven that you have in your home, we are saying, we promise you that our wall oven is going to fit in your current cutout. We know that wall ovens can be that, ooh, I'm not sure if it's going to fit, I'm going to have to bring it back, and like all of that. It can be very frustrating as a consumer to shop for a replacement wall oven. And so with that fit promise, again, we're basically saying this will fit. We promise it's going to fit into any cutout that you have at home. That applies to our double ovens, our single ovens, as well as our beautiful wall oven micro combi. And if it doesn't fit, we will reimburse you up to $300 in order to modify your cabinets to make sure that it fits properly. So just a real nice peace of mind feature with our wall ovens. Any other questions popping in there? No? So this is our double oven, which is incredible. Again, we have our single oven, and this is our brand new Frigidaire Gallery Wall Oven Micro Combi design. This is gorgeous. So you have your, single wall oven on the bottom, and then this is a convection drop-down door microwave as well. Okay, so really great convenience here to have a convection microwave as well as your oven capabilities as well. Okay. And then, of course, if you have a wall oven, you probably have a cooktop that you want to build in as well. So we have incredible options when it comes to matching up those cooktops. We have a beautiful collection of Frigidaire and Frigidaire Gallery induction cooktops, gas cooktops, all that come in 30, 36-inch options, as well as electric cooktops as well. Okay, so whatever your preferred fuel type, so to speak, we have something for everybody in that respect. Okay. Awesome. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today at Electrolux, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to showcase some of our new Frigidaire Gallery innovations with you. And if you have any questions, our TA experts can definitely help you out. If there was any products that I spoke about on the chat here today, just click on your screen. It'll actually just pop you through to the TA website so you can learn more. So hope we'll see you guys again.